This chart sums up pretty much the current trading environment in crypto land. It's the render network chart, and we're gonna do a deep dive into its technicals right now. But if you're interested in this project, like I am personally, I'm also doing a deep dive on render network a little bit later this week. So stick around for this one. And all jokes aside, let's just look at the chart because it's quite an interesting one and it's quite an interesting project, I would say. So first of all, let's go to the weekly, and you'll see that for this chart, we're in a clear bull trend from quite a while. Actually, we've had this accumulation right here with these massive candles in the middle, and then after that, once we broke this range and retested it here in which is March this year, you see that we've been in an uptrend with quite a big swings in price. And here you can see actually from this to the bottom here was like 60%, and then on the top side from here to this relative top here was 200%. So quite a volatile asset. This is a little bit below $1 billion of market cap. It also has very good exchange diversification, and I think one of the main reasons for this pump from the lows here, it's around 500% pump until the recent prices, is because this caught some of the AI narrative. Render has a pretty interesting service, and although they're not in the main AI narrative, like they don't do exactly AI stuff. They use AI in some of their services, but I think that was enough for all the crypto degens to jump on this train and pretty much buy the AI narrative also with Render. But nevertheless, when I see such strength, I always want to look at it, and it turns out that this is actually quite a good project. You can see also that we're pretty much at this range level right here currently, and it's quite a lot of resistance. So for me personally, it will be quite surprising with the current backdrop of the S&P, the Nasdaq, and in general the crypto and Bitcoin and Ethereum where they are right now to just break out and rip higher. I'm not excluding this, but to be honest, I think it will be much better if we see something like this, and actually it will make me a lot more excited to accumulate this token if we do it like this, because trading this has been very difficult. And I'm gonna show you in just a little bit the trading chart, the daily chart, sorry. I realize that this here is a huge range, but as you can see already, as I showed you, this is quite a volatile asset, so I wouldn't be surprised to have a lot of chop and a lot of wicks in this area, which would make it very hard to trade. Good part is that this is a relatively new token, so we don't have a bunch of back holders here, and potentially in the long term, I think in a potential bull run, this could be a very good sign for Render. Also, you can see here from the breakout of the accumulation, the volume has been going up only, and I think this is also a very good sign. So let's jump into the daily and do some more granular analysis here. You can see that the initial breakout here of this main level was probably, let me just clean up all of these other pictures. Yeah, so the main breakout here of confirmation that, okay, this is maybe in a bull trend was somewhere around here, because what we had clearly was the first leg up, then a leg down, then a retest of this level, so we confirmed the $2 as resistance, then another leg down with some consolidation, and then another retest here, and then this was the initial breakout here around a $2 mark. This was somewhere in April. But as you can see, very typical for the current market conditions, we right away had almost a fake out breakout. It was actually a fake out breakout, and you can see all the wicks here once we get to $2.50. This was pretty nasty. I was looking at this live because I was interested in this breakout, but it was, you know, a bit too big for me, because you can see the big green candles here. And also there's so many fake out breakouts already happening in the same period that I was like, okay, we're still in a fake out breakout season. So that's why I didn't decide to take this. And it turns out this might have been the right decision, because we had a retest here, but it wasn't sustained. And again, we broke down, and it seems like we're holding for now this ascending line here, which is also some confluence with the 100 daily moving average. So it bounced off here. There's also some support around this level. So a very nice confirmation that we're still in an uptrend for render. And just recently, in the last couple of days, we had an attempted secondary breakout out of this level around $2.40. And again, you can see the wick here. What might have caused this is a lot of people trying to short this, and probably if we go down to the 4-hour chart, we might see this a little bit better. You know, this level right here, that was the clearer breakouts on these lower time frames, and then a massive wick. So I'm guessing that a lot of people were shorting this somewhere around here with a stop loss just above this level at 8%. And then, you know, they were targeting probably lower levels like this. But the main reason for this is there were a lot of stops here, and that triggered a pop stop run, which means pretty much that a lot of people got liquidated on this week. And I can still hear their screams here, because right away after that, we are back below this level and we're still consolidating. So the overall chart still looks bullish, but as you can see, it makes it very hard to trade with leverage. And especially if we go back to the weekly and the high time frame area that we are at, seems like there are a lot of eyes in this area and a lot of people that probably bought somewhere around here around a year ago. They're in a lot of pain and they're just looking to sell once they saw some profit or a break even here. So you can see the full history of pain and suffer and craziness on this chart. I think it's amazing to see actually, and it pretty much describes the conditions currently on the market. So that's why, as I mentioned, I would be a lot more excited if this doesn't continue and it just consolidates somewhere in this area around $2 and then puts out another pattern for a breakout. Then definitely I will be very interested in this project, because I mentioned already I like this fundamentally, and since it has already shown quite a lot of strength, I still think it has the potential for probably like a 10x in the next bull run. And actually it's a really cool project and I can relate to the services that they do. So that's everything for this video and for this review. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do.